Welcome for another episode of Thursday Thunder. So last time at Nitro, Kevin Nash called out Scott Steiner for a shot at the world title. That was the biggest news that went on there. Booker T and Chris Kanyon ended their feud in a cage match, which Booker T won cleanly. Nash and DDP kept the feud going. Sting kept his feud with Scott Steiner, and all the feuds were kept going basically. And we had some decent matches as well. This time on Thunder, we have got some big news, and I will explain very, very shortly. We're going to kick off the show by having Stevie Ray and M.I. Smooth from Blackout winning over the Young Dragons. Then we're going to have Billy Kidman attacking Chavo Guerrero for title with the Cruiser title backstage because he's sick of Chavo constantly bullying him. Really, Kidman has beat him a few times. Chavo will not let it go, and Kidman's had enough, so he's gone round, sought after Chavo, and belted him basically. Disco Inferno is going to beat Conan. Interview with DDP. So Lex Luger was sent to rehab. So the feud with the Insiders and Totally Buff is really a handicap match now. So seeing as Kevin Nash was in for main event tonight, I thought let's have a match with DDP and Buff Bagwell. This is basically hyping that up, and it's going to happen later that Buff Bagwell is going to win by cheating over DDP. Team Canada, Lance Storm and Jim Duggan are going to beat for Marmalukes. Dustin Rhodes interview. He's warning Rick Steiner not to interfere in his match again, like he did do at Super Bowl, which cost him for US title against Jeff Jarrett. Sid Vicious is going to make his first appearance since turning heel, and he is going to beat Dustin Rhodes, which includes interference from Rick Steiner, of course. So I'm hoping that will go down well. Now, this is the big news. Booker T is going straight into another feud. He's the most over guy in the company. Who else isn't in a feud? Perfect heel, Ric Flair. Now, I think this is going to be an absolute barnstormer of a feud. And this angle, Booker T is being stalked backstage. I could have kept this going on for a while, but I didn't want to prolong it. He's being stalked. No one knows who it is, and it keeps the fans guessing. Buff Bagwell's going to have his match with DDP after that. Then Flair is going to come up behind and he's going to attack Booker T, and that's going to kickstart off their feud, which I'm hoping will go down very well. And Scott Steiner's going to cleanly retain his world title over Kevin Nash. There's no need for him to cheat here. He's going to win cleanly. Kevin Nash has got his shot, and he's proved Scott Steiner that he's a better man. So let's get into it. Good rating for that match, because I didn't think Young Dragons and Stevie Ray and M.I. Smooth, it's not the best match in the world, is it? But it keeps the guys active. That didn't go well. Chavo Guerrero lost overness from the segment as well. I've tried Billy Kidman on the mic before, and that doesn't go down well either. So the only use for him that I have of him really is sticking him in a match. He's not really good with doing anything else on this game anyway. Decent for Disco and Conan, keeping them guys active. DDP, for fans, really dug that. Team Canada and Marmalukes, good rating. Pleased with that. Team Canada being for heels, Marmalukes being for faces. Two good, solid tag teams there. Dustin Rhodes, for fans like that. Now, I'm a little bit apprehensive for this next segment. Sid Vicious over Dustin Rhodes. The fans started to resent Sid Vicious. I turned him heel. That went okay, and I've put him down to an upper mid-carder from a main eventer. So I'm really hoping this will do Sid good. If nothing happens, that's good. As long as he doesn't lose overness. He doesn't. Not a bad rating. The crowd liked it. That went pretty well as far as I'm concerned. Got some good matches on tonight. Booker T, for fans, love that. Booker T is for man of the moment. For fans, he could just sit there backstage and the fans would love it. Okay. DDP lost overness from losing to Buff Bagwell, but Buff Bagwell gained overness. So a bit bittersweet, that one, but the crowd liked it anyway. Okay. Next segment. And for fans, went as well as I thought it would. Anything with Ric Flair in turns to gold. And Booker T has replaced Sting. Now Sting has gone into that main event picture. I could have put Ric Flair in a feud with Dusty Rhodes, but it wouldn't have been half as exciting. I think this is going to be a fantastic feud, and maybe afterwards Booker T will enter. We'll get a world title shot. We will see. Main event, 77%. Crowd loved it. Match was crap, but then Kevin Nash was in it, so it's not going to be a high quality match. Overall decent, and that is a really good score actually. I'm surprised at that because of that. We had a few. Well, the only bad angle was bad segment was the Kidman and Chavo one. It was a good show overall, one of our highest scoring ones. So the overall highest scoring one is Super Brawl Revenge, which got 78%. Let's see the aftermath to this. 4.29. Dusty Rhodes. Dusty Rhodes wants some matches with Sid Vicious. Now that could be good to get Sid's overness back. Dusty for face, Sid for heel. They're not going to be high quality matches, but I'm sure there could be some good angles in there. So I may well do that. They may well get into a feud. I like the sound of that. Goldberg would like to work with Scott Steiner again. He's just been in a feud with him for well over a month, and I do need to think of what to do with Goldberg now. It's going to be quite difficult because he's this monster killer, and he's not the sort of guy who's going to trade a few losses and wins back and forth, is he? So I need to think carefully what to do with him next. Kevin Nash, Scott Steiner was working too stiffly. Well, you requested for match, mate, so you got what you asked for. DDP and Buff Bagwell work together due to their similar styles. And Yang thinks he should be higher up for card. Yang, what have you done to warrant that? I don't really know. But let's stick him up for card anyway. I think he's an opener anyway, so that's all right. Okay, we've got Monday Nitro next. Let's see if we've got anything in our emails. Okay, that's pretty much it. Let's just see. Booker T, Ric Flair, 100. Brilliant. Look at those two feuds. That is what it's all about. Fantastic. So I'm excited to stick together a show for Monday Nitro next. Stay tuned. We need to fill up a lot of these again because we've had a lot of feuds ending recently, but you can't just spur of the moment stick guys in a feud together. You got to think about it. And yeah, I think I'm liking the way things are going at the moment. We're not far off the end of February, and next month we'll have the Greed pay-per-view. So that is going to be shaping up very nicely. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you next time for another episode of Monday Nitro.